Hi. Time to talk to you about your final. I wanted to give this to you. I just figured I'd give it to you today. That way, you can use it, use the material, and you know what's going on at your pace, just so that you can get a good amount of studying done. The final exam is going to be one Google Form test. So, I'm going to have it open for you to take. I'm going to accept responses. Um, Starting at our exam time on that Wednesday, May 20th for your English 1 time. So that's going to open at 8:30 or 8. I have to look again now. All of a sudden, my mind is blank. But whatever time we're scheduled for on that Wednesday, it's going to open and then it's going to close. Um, so this is a semester final. So we're going over stuff that we did at the very beginning of the semester. Just a quick review of some of the major short stories that I think are important to kind of have in your head for um, character development and just kind of pop culture stuff, things that people know and things people reference, and then also for the Odyssey, also things that people will reference and refer and use in other pieces of writing or other subject areas and stuff like that. So here is the study guides. I have them attached. So you each get a copy. So you just go through and fill it in. So this one is for Romeo and Juliet. So there's just kind of a fill in the blank, like a summary. All of these correspond directly to a question that is on your final. Um, so all of these you need to know because there's a question that goes with every single one of these. Okay. Also with here, so we have all these fill in the blanks, kind of stuff about the characters and stuff about the plot, what happened, so that you know how to answer those. And this should go come. Hi, Kitty. These should all come off of your questions. And if something doesn't make sense, if there's something that we missed, obviously it's hard because I'm not with you. Um, then please email me and I will clarify what the answer is. I'm hoping also to set up a couple times of reviews for focus time. We've been gone so long I don't even remember what it's called anymore. So that we can do a live kind of go through things, and if there's questions, you can ask me, and then I can give you the answers. So that's for Romeo and Juliet. There's the plot stuff, and then there's a quote, and so then you have to know who said it, why were they saying it, what was happening, okay, or why did they say it, why did they say that at that certain point in the play, um, and then what does it mean? So, for example, the chorus is saying, two households both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. Why did the chorus say that? So then you would say something like, this was the beginning of the play, telling us two houses are fighting, um, and that there was an ancient grudge to set us up for a war between two families. And then what does it mean? Two houses are both alike in dignity. So then you can look at your Know If You're Shakespeare to kind of break that down to give a summary of what that quote means. Um, then you have another one. So then you just fill those out. What does it mean? Who said it? And then why were they saying that? Kind of like who were they talking to? Why was that spoken in the play at that certain time? Benvolio and I will make thee think they swan a crow. On Lammas Eve at night, she shall be 14. I remember it well. So all these, okay, what is going on? And so again, each of these is a question on your test. Let me say that again. Each of these, each of these quotes are on your test. So you need to know them. You need to know who said it, why they said it, and what does it mean. Okay. Um, and more of the who said it and why, not as much of the what does it mean necessarily, but it does help to understand what it means. So that's for Romeo and Juliet. Then we are going back in time to the Odyssey. So I want you to just do a quick review. So I have a study guide for you to fill out. Okay, who's the goddess of wisdom? Who is the author of the Odyssey? So again, this is stuff that comes up multiple times um, in history classes, in different English classes, also just things that people have named things after in life. We're just doing a review. There's the names. All the names are right here, so you can kind of you can kind of highlight it when you're done, when you figured out where it goes. And again, each of these questions, these fill in the blank questions, is on the test. Okay. So fill this all out. All right. You are allowed to use these study guides. I'm sorry, I should have said that earlier. You are allowed to use these study guides on the test, but you'll have to print them out, okay, or have them pulled up on your phone or something, or if someone else has another thing, and then just go. You can use them. Okay. The goal is that you're working to fill these out, getting the information that way, and then you have that information that try and do it from memory, obviously, but if you don't remember, I mean, you can look it up. That's life. So, excuse me. So each of these, all of this information, will be on the test. And then going back to short stories. Okay. So there's a few of the short stories. Not all of them. I'm not talking about all of them, but just a few of them. So this is straight from your last test. Okay. So in what story does this statement happen, right? Imagines his life is much more exciting than it actually is. Cask of Amontillado, Lady or the Tiger, Necklace, Masquerade Ritual, Most Dangerous Game, Secret Life of Walter Mitty, The Scarlet Ibis, La Puerta. So that's Secret Life of Walter Mitty. So again, this is where you can go back to your short story slides. That's another reason why I had you do them. Okay, your study guide is there. You have those short stories to use to fill out this more condensed final exam study guide. So just kind of what happens in the story so that you know the content of the plot of each of these. These are just notes, okay, to refresh your memory. These are all true statements, just to kind of help you refresh your memory. But then I did want you to review. You need to know your points of view. Is it first person, third person, omniscient, or third person limited? You have to know what those are. And then the different types of irony. What's the difference between situational irony, dramatic irony, and verbal irony? So you can look those up, make sure that you know what those are. Again, that's on the test. Each of these questions, probably say it with me right now, is a question on your final test. So as long as you do your study guide and fill it out and have it with you during the final exam time, you'll be fine. Okay. But again, if you aren't sure what the answer is, please email me, or we can go through it all in one of our focus times through a Zoom meeting. And I'll say which study guides I'm going through when leading up to the final. So we are so close, almost done. I also wanted to just remind you about the extra credit. That's open to anybody. Okay, that's open to even if you have a B minus and you really want just to get a solid B. Do one of the Romeo and Juliet extra projects. If you're sitting at an F and you really need to get up to a D, which you really do, or you're going to have to be stuck with me for English one more time. Do one. And if you want the option to do two of them, email me. If you're at a 93% and you just really want to get up a little bit higher, because you know you can, I mean, this is open to everybody. Then you just have to pick the project, complete it, email me, or share with me the thing. I don't have it on Google Classroom as an assignment because it's not required. But please take advantage of that. And I know you've got lots of other finals and projects going on right now. That's why I'm giving this all to you now, so you can kind of pace yourself. So I think that's it for now. So yeah, one Google form, final exam, questions covering short stories, all from this study guide, the Odyssey, all from this study guide, and the Romeo and Juliet, all from this study guide. Okay, trying to be as upfront about it as possible, so that you aren't stressed out. And feel free to FaceTime people and fill them out together. This would be the time where we would be studying together. So if you can get or a Zoom meet, you guys can create your own, or Google Meet or something. You do it together with people in the class, other freshmen. Everybody is doing the same thing in all the sections, so you can do it do it that way. Um, okay, now I feel like I'm rambling, but I just want you to feel confident and prepared going into this final week. And again, email me with any questions. All right.